What's going on, guys? So today we're going to be talking about knife boxes. Do you keep the boxes? Do you throw the boxes out? What do you do with your boxes? So I just filmed a video on this Demko. Super cool knife. Has this shark lock on it. I almost used it as a little flipper, but obviously it's not. It's just a locking mechanism. Super cool. Love the knife. Very excited to start using it. But as I was about to pack stuff away, I left the camera on because I want to talk about storage. And this is a perfect example. So let me tell you the purpose of this knife. I got this knife in trade to carry and use, as I do most of my knives. Although sometimes I'll get knives for using as trade items, knives I've had before, I'm not going to carry or whatever. And sometimes I just have collectible knives, you know, no shame in that. Not every knife gets used, and although that might be sad to some people. But yeah, I want to carry this, I want to use this knife, and then when I'm done with it, it's going to go into my interesting knife mechanism collection, and that is already in those binder style, collector's cases, you know. So I don't have a use for this beautiful box, and inside this beautiful box, this beautiful matching case here, okay, with a nice, patch on the front. It, holds, obviously I have the cleaning cloth in here, but it holds, maybe 2 different knives. It's just super cool. It's really nice. This is not something I would throw out. I'm going to keep this, but to be honest, it's going to sit in my closet for who knows how many years. And I want to touch upon this subject because, like I said, I've mentioned this in the past in many videos, is that I was always really bad with, keeping the original packaging for knives. When knives come, if I plan on just using them and beating them up, and I don't need those boxes unless it's like a $600 plus knife, I don't care. I literally rip them up, throw them in the garbage. They're gone forever. Now that might be sad to people because all collectors, I shouldn't say all. There's no blanket statement saying everyone does one thing or not, but I would say many collectors of more expensive knives, they want everything that came with that knife. They want the original box, they want the paperwork, they want the warranty card, they want whatever stickers came with it. That's a thing. And it's a beautiful box. It'd be a shame to throw it out. But like I said, it's not going to do anything. It's just going to sit in my closet. Because it's so nice and has that, pouch that goes with it, I'm going to keep it. But it's just going to sit there. So way back in the day, I didn't keep any packaging, right? These days, I do keep packaging for more expensive knives because I do believe, and what I found with hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of people when I'm doing trades, is that they do want the original stuff. Now, not everyone does, and not everyone cares. But once in a blue moon, I'll be doing a trade with someone or working out a trade, and I'll offer something, and I'll say, hey, I got this cool knife, and they're like, oh, I dig it, awesome. Do you have the box? No, I don't have the box. Ooh, well, that's a deal breaker. Now, it's rare. It is rare because a lot of times when I'm doing trades with people, they want to use those knives too. And it's a bummer I don't have the box or the pouch it came in or the original paperwork, whatever, because they want to use it for resale or trading or whatever. But yeah, sometimes it is a deal breaker. I've had that happen. And I totally understand it. No hard feelings. It's just business. When I'm doing trades, there's no hard feelings. If you don't want something of mine, that's cool. I want both parties to be happy if we're working at a trade. But it is a consideration, especially with more expensive knives. Now, if you have a $25, CRKT M16 or something like that, which probably isn't even $25 anymore, maybe it's a $15 knife, no one's going to care. No one's going to care if you have the box. But if you have like a $700 folder or something, they're probably going to want that box. So I'm curious, asking you guys, I have to literally set aside an entire large container for boxes and pouches and paperwork and stickers and all kinds of stuff, so that if I ever want to trade or sell one of my more expensive knives in the future, I have it there. So it's not that big of an issue if the person really wants it. But I'm asking you, do you keep your boxes? I know especially collectors, they like the boxes because obviously they're going to put the knife back in the original box and they put this inside their safe and they stack them. Boxes stack easy. You're not going to take a bunch of expensive knives and just rub them on each other, stacking them. Maybe you do keep your boxes and keep them separate, but I would probably go out on a limb and say that most, if not all, people who save their boxes probably store their knives in them. I know I'm weird, and I don't, because my knives are all over the place for all different reasons. But yeah, I want to touch upon the subject a little bit and ask you guys, do you save your boxes? And if you do save your boxes, are you storing your knives in them? I mean, it's not a bad way to go. You can go through a closet, a container, or a drawer or something, a dresser drawer, or who knows what, and you have all your boxes stacked up, especially if you're like, you know, Benchmade collector or a Spyderco collector, where, you know, every box says what it is on the outside. So almost like a store, like inventory, you can get a quick glance and know what's in these boxes. But obviously, you know, this one happens to say what's in here, but, you know, so many different knife companies. This is a poor example because it still says exactly what's in here, but sometimes just generic. So if you stack a bunch of boxes, maybe you know what brand it is, but you don't know what's inside. You know what I mean? So do you save your boxes? And if so, why? Me, I've kind of started to save them, but like I said, it's a huge pain. If a knife is sub $100, I probably just throw the box out. Especially if I know I'm just going to be using the knife. You know what I mean? It's just more storage I don't want to have to deal with. And when it comes time for trading, more or less those cheaper or more affordable knives, people don't care because they're going to do the same thing. They're going to use them. Now, especially if I have a used knife, you know. But when it comes to, you know, a little bit more expensive, $200, $300, or more rare knives or discontinued knives or collectible knives, people want the box. So let me know. Do you want the box? Are you one of those people? Or do you not care? I know it's kind of 50-50. I mean, there's users out there and there's collectors and there's everything in between. I've always said I'm a little bit of both. I use a lot of different knives, but there's certain ones I just collect. Like if I find an old, you know, Benchmade Balisong that, you know, is going to fit into my collection or something, I'm not carrying around using it all the time. You know, it's a collectible. I flip it a little bit, have a little fun for a moment, but really I'm trying to preserve that knife as best I possibly can. You know, in that case, the packaging matters to me as well, but still a pain because I don't store them in the original packaging. I store them in a different case. So it becomes a storage issue for me. I just don't have all the space in the world. Otherwise, I'd keep every box to every knife I ever had. I just have no place to put them. But anyway, just curious, want to touch upon the subject and hear your feedback. You know, post in the comment section down below about the boxes, what you do, what you don't do. It's not so much a storage question. I've had those type of videos. I'm just curious if you keep the box. Plain and simple. Let me know. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.